Hey there, Sagittarius. This is a mid-April 2022 reading. We're going to be looking at the impact of the full moon in Libra that occurs on April 16th or 17th, depending on where you are in the world, and see what that full moon can help you release, what it can help you embrace, and how it can prepare you for the future. So, what we have here in terms of what the full moon in Libra can help you release, you have this Bigfoot card, solitude. So perhaps for some of you, or many of you, if you've been staying home because of COVID, you're going to release that solitude and possibly be more social and active. For you, Sagittarius, the full moon in Libra, the energy of that is going to impact the 11th house of companionship. So that includes friendships, social life, groups, organizations that you are a part of or want to be a part of, as well as earned wealth, charity. So we'll see if there's some overlap with that. In terms of what the full moon in Libra can help you embrace, freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. So for some of you, if you feel that you've been kind of limited, had possibly been thinking you need permission to do what it is that you want in life, it seems this full moon is going to help you claim your independence. In terms of preparing you for the future, you have watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. So some time to possibly release control, let things happen. Possibly recover. We're going to pull some tarot cards to get particulars. Let's look at this solitude, releasing solitude here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, it might be that you've been spending a lot of time alone, just focusing on work, really getting ahead, gaining rewards of that, managing your money well, managing your time well, resources, being able to connect with your environment, possibly in a position where you can start, giving some money to charitable causes, hosting some events. Perhaps the solitude, releasing the solitude, is that, since a lot of us have not been socializing a lot, going on vacations, trips, you've been saving a lot, and perhaps this full moon in Libra is going to signal some time of socialization, spending some of that money. So let's look at this freedom card here and what you can embrace. You have the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. Interesting. So with the Hierophant, it's a sense of a couple of things. Tradition, institutions, rituals, having, special access to higher knowledge. With the King of Pentacles, it's definitely stability, material wealth, being able to provide for self and for others. It's also a sense of kind of putting in the work, putting in the hard work to plan ahead for the future and actually realizing those, like getting the rewards of it. It's also the way of kind of being practical. So the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles, almost a sense of practical way of living, of career, earning an income. And this Four of Cups, it's really a sense of not being satisfied, thinking that there's more out there. With the Four of Cups, usually the lesson is to be more grateful for the small things. And that means kind of being aware of what's around you and appreciating those things so that you're not missing unknown gifts, like this individual handing this sad person a cup, but they're too busy looking at the cups on the floor to notice it. So to some degree it seems, there's a certain way that you've been going through, life, perhaps doing very well, considering you have all these, 9 Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. In terms of the material, how you have earned your wealth, you're doing very well, but maybe it's not really exciting to you, or you feel like you're bored with how things are going. So we'll do more clarification once we get through the initial cards here. Let's see what this Watching Clouds, Lie Back, Rest and Relax card is indicating for you. You have the Magician. You have the Page of Cups. And you have the Ace of Swords. So it's a sense of, with the Magician, they are very much confident. They know what they want. They can communicate their wants and needs. They have their skills, talents, ability to manifest what they want into reality. With the Ace of Swords, it's a sense of clear thinking, truth, victory, and success. With the Page of Cups, it's a sense of, being sensitive, imaginative, creative, and looking at the world with a whole bunch of possibilities. So it's almost as if with this watching the clouds, watching the clouds, you can see faces that pop up, shapes, animals, things like that. Kind of as if the Page of Cups is using their imagination to, create a fantasy world around them. And that maybe allowing some time to kind of relax, not have a lot of, control over things, will really allow you to kind of have a fresh new approach to something, a new idea that's not traditional, that's not practical, that allows you to kind of tap into your inner desires on what you want to manifest into reality. But let's do some clarifications on here. Let's take a look at the Eight of Pentacles over here in this solitude section. You have the Nine of Discs or Nine of Pentacles. So definitely a sense of whatever you've been working on has shown some, rewards, and definitely you have been enjoying those rewards. And if you haven't, you should. With the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith version, there is this person in the fields. There's 6 pentacles on one side and 3 on the other, which indicates that there's enough to give away, those 3 pentacles, and keep the 6 pentacles so that they can kind of keep on flourishing and reaping in more, in order to use however they want, give it away to charity, help others, invest in their own future and someone else's future. So let's look at the Nine of Pentacles here. And interesting, in the Nine of Pentacles, there is the concept that the person is independent and enjoying the rewards of their hard work, but they're also alone, other than, the snail and the hooded falcon in the card. So let's take a look at this Nine of Pentacles here. You have the Four of Cups. So, yeah, basically a sense of you have the material aspects, you have the rewards, maybe not really feeling as excited about it as you could, or other people might. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles. You have the King of Discs or King of Pentacles showing up again. So for some of you, maybe this release of solitude is being more social. If you haven't met your King of Pentacles, your counterpart, perhaps this will allow you to do that. Maybe if you're getting involved with some type of charitable organization, getting involved in some type of neighborhood project, beautifying, maybe you can meet your counterpart. And for other people who already have a counterpart, it seems that you guys will, as a couple, be releasing your solitude and being more social. But in terms of the financial aspects, it seems you're doing pretty well. So let's look at the King of Pentacles over here in this sense of freedom, claiming your independence. Actually, on the bottom of this King of Discs, King of Pentacles card, it says power. So there might be a small set of you as well that this solitude may have to do with someone in your life that is a King of Pentacles, maybe not a romantic partner, but maybe a boss or a parent, something where you're kind of feeling that you have to go about things in the way that they would like you to do things in a traditional way. So let's look at this King of Pentacles over here in this freedom section. You have the Ten of Discs, establishment. So definitely in terms of material wealth, security, it seems to be popping up in this under the sense of freedom. And even the word establishment kind of indicates that there is a roadmap already laid out. Things are done the traditional way. So let's look at the Hierophant. You have Six of Swords, transition. So with the Six of Swords, it's a sense of kind of moving forward, being in between two shores. And the Hierophant can be seen as, you know, when things are not what you necessarily have wanted them to be, no matter how hard you try. There's this concept of needing, you know, faith as well. So the Six of Swords is kind of like a faith that things will be better. They'll definitely be different. There's, you know, smoother, calmer waters ahead, but there's this sense of faith in even needing to make that transition, to leave that shore and go to a new one. So here, for some of you, it kind of seems that, you know, you're breaking free from some type of, you know, pattern, institution, maybe a certain employer, certain kind of relationship that might have been financially beneficial, provided material recognition or security, but isn't yours, like your own baby. Let's look at the Four of Cups over here. You have the Star, which is a sense of healing, a sense of hope. And so here, kind of making the choice of and being grateful for the small things, but also allowing yourself to break free from certain patterns, beliefs, traditions, rules, established ways of doing things. This will, you know, kind of help you move forward, possibly at a slower pace, but give you a sense of clarity and hope for what you want for your future. So that brings us over to this watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords there, since I had mentioned the Star giving a sense of clarity for your future. So you have the Ten of Swords, despair. So in terms of, you know, Ten of Swords is kind of hitting rock bottom, possibly, you know, having trusted someone that betrayed you, but really there's nothing to do other than just accept it and start over with a new dawn, with a new sense of clarity. And here, this person is definitely lying down and relaxing. There's really nothing else that can be done. So, let's take a look at the Page of Cups. You have the Princess or Page of Cups. It says dreams on this card. So definitely the full moon in Libra is going to be preparing you for using your imagination for dreaming. So if you have some downtime, definitely take advantage of it and let your imagination go. Wander. Let's take a look at the Magician here. You have the Prince of Discs or Knight of Discs. It says reliability on the card. So here, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, Prince of Discs, they are the ones that really put in the hard work. They are reliable, they are dependable, they are wanting to take cautious steps moving forward, planning out what they're doing for the future. They do eventually become the King of Pentacles. So here it's a sense of you kind of maybe coming out of your shell. You know, it might be more than just being social or not having the solitude, not having interactions with your friends and others. It's almost as if it's a the material aspects of things have kept you separate from what it is you desire, or even kind of grasping on to that, a sense of almost like a wall of what you should be doing in order to be financially, materially successful versus emotionally fulfilled. And with this, it's a contrast almost of the Knight of Pentacles, Prince of Discs is doing what they're expected to do because that's going to give them the outcome that they want. In a sense, they are their own magician. They're making their reality come true. But for some, there is a lack of desire there. The Knight of Pentacles does what needs to be done when no one else really wants to do it as well. But it's also part of us, you know, like making sure that we go to bed early so that we can get up early, so that we can get ready and, you know, show up at a job, show up at a class, show up at a meeting or a dinner or lunch, because that's what we said we would do, and we need to be reliable, and our kind of reputation depends on that. And really, the Knight of Pentacles is a part of like discipline that we need. But the Magician is more about kind of figuring out what they want to materialize. And those kind of energies work together, but I see this reading as more that you are capable of doing what needs to be done. You're capable of working hard, getting rewards for it. So the focus is how you want to go about that in the future so that you are fulfilled, you're pursuing your dreams, you're using your creativity, and you are kind of clear about what you want and the future that you want to have for yourself and what you want to create. So I'm hoping this gives you a helpful perspective of the month, or the rest of the month, to get a clearer view of things. Be sure to check out your readings for sun, moon, and rising signs. We'll see you next time. Take care.